welcome to the broadcast studio at GBTA Canada Conference. I'm Sue Spear, Chair of the Advisory Board in Canada. And with me today, I have Jared Lerner, and he is the ZzZEO of Nappr. And so Jared, thanks for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So can you tell me a little bit more about Nappr and the product itself, like what it is?
Sure. So Nappr is a marketplace of hotels that have day rates between 2 and 12 hours.
Okay.
Take your typical Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, or Sheraton, but instead of staying there overnight, you're staying there for a chunk of time during the day, which we like to call a micro stay, for up to 50% off their overnight rates.
So these are hotels that we stay in all the time already.
Yes.
This is fabulous.
They don't sell these rates directly to consumers. They go through third parties like us. So it's a great way to save money on a hotel when you don't need it for the whole night. There's a lot of use cases for it, especially for business travelers, red eyes, delays, layovers. They don't always need a whole 18 or 20 hours. So,
and sometimes those late checkouts just don't cut it either.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
It's a great product.
Thank you.
So with business travel often packed into tight schedules, how can travelers better optimize their in-between time? Whether that's between meetings, flights, or check-ins.
Yeah, the key is to really think about in-between time as recovery time and not wasted time, because business travel is very hectic. There's lots of crazy meetings, red eyes, time zone changes, and it all adds up. And if you're not careful about your recovery time and actively resting, then it's very easy to burn out. So instead of dragging yourself through an airport terminal or just running around a city all day on empty, there are solutions like Nappr where you can book a hotel room for 2 or 4 hours or 6 hours, whatever you need. You can freshen up, you can get a nap in, meditate, whatever you need to do. And at the end of the day, it's a lot healthier than trying to chug caffeine.
Yeah. No, and we even talked about if your flight gets canceled, you're stuck in the airport, you need those few hours of sleep, right?
Yes.
So this is an excellent solution. So, you're right. You do need that downtime for your own health.
Yes.
So what solutions are emerging to help business travelers refresh and reset after those red eyes or those long haul flights? And especially when check-in times don't necessarily align.
Yeah, I think in 2025, we're seeing sleep health as big of a focus as it's ever been for the business traveler, which is great. You have hotels that are getting comfier pillows and comfier bedding. You have airport lounges that are sometimes offering nap pods. A lot of them don't have them yet, but more of them are trying to head that direction. And then you have companies like Nappr who are really trying to cater to the tired traveler. You mentioned the red eye use case. If you land at 7 a.m. on a red eye, let's say you're going New York to London, you're getting off that plane, you probably did not sleep well on the plane. I don't sleep well on planes, and most people probably don't either.
No.
So you're getting off that plane and you're not going to be a super productive, employee heading to whatever meeting you have later that day. It would much better serve you to get a nap in before, getting on with your day-to-day. And if you can't check in until 3 p.m., that's 7 to 3, that's 8 hours of time where you can really be refocusing on your health and really doing yourself a service, doing yourself a favor, really, by getting some rest in instead of just trying to get as much packed in through the day when your brain isn't even at an optimal level.
Yeah.
So it's a big pain point. Everyone I've spoken to about Nappr has a story, and that is a very common one, the red eye use case, or the layover or the delay at the airport. So business travelers experience that all the time, and we're trying to help them.
Yeah, I am one of those people. I need my sleep, so you've got me hooked. So how can platforms like yours help companies save money while actually improving the traveler experience?
So usually companies want to optimize two things. They want to have happy, refreshed employees, and they want to spend as little as possible on travel. And those two things are often at odds with each other if you're trying to do both at the same time. You'll see a company suggest a red-eye flight because it's cheaper, right? So, and if that's the flight you have to take, there's a good chance you'll be tired from it. So that's really why Nappr came to be in the first place. And myself especially, I've been in this situation many times. I see thousands of other people dealing with it as well. And we are just trying to help the business traveler be at an optimal level when they're, stressed, exhausted, going through a hectic day. So it's helping their companies because a more refreshed employee will represent your company better at meetings and elsewhere. They will do better work, and everyone will win in that scenario. It's very hard to do optimal work when your brain is just not functioning at a level that it should be. At the same time, we're helping hotels because a lot of hotels have daytime vacancy rates upwards of 40%. That is just sitting there, not generating any revenue at all, and they're getting nothing from it. We are giving them a chance to cater to people like business travelers who only need it for a few hours. They can list their rates on our platform, get something for that day rate, and then everyone wins. I like to say we're a win-win-win because the traveler gets a lower rate and their company, the hotel gets some revenue, and we get a commission. So everyone wins in that scenario, and it's an optimal solution, I think, for the tired business traveler.
Yeah, it seems like a great product offering. Like, honestly, I'd never even thought about it that way. So I think that's wonderful. And honestly, that's something I would totally use myself because I do travel frequently. So I think that's a great product. Well, it sounds so interesting. I can't wait to see what Nappr is going to come up with next. And we'll definitely have to chat if there's any new revelations or new products coming out. But thanks again. We really appreciate you being with us here today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime. And thank you to the audience for watching. I'm Sue Spear, coming to you live from Canada's GBTA Conference 2025 in Toronto. So we'll see you next time.